Good morning, Ma'am Sheila. At this moment, allow me to introduce myself. I am Judy May Bumidang, student of Medical College of Northern Philippines, College of Pharmacy. Okay, so before our exam, you given us a task to have a presentation on different communication style of different country. Okay, so few days before, my classmates discussed about US communication, Thailand communication, Philippine communication, and others. But for now, I'll be discussing about the French communication. For French communication, there are also verbal and non-verbal communication. First one is the verbal communication. This verbal communication is a type of oral communication wherein the message is transmitted through the spoken words. Here, the sender gives word to his feelings, thoughts, ideas, and opinions, and expresses them in the form of speeches, discussions, presentations, and conversation. Okay, so the way a French person communicates is often determined by their social status, level of education, their age, and which part of the country they were raised. French also is generally dislike public disagreement or disputes, but they enjoy a controlled debate. Logic will often dominate their arguments, and many French people tend to extensively analyze the matter under discussion. They may recognize something illogical said by the opposition and generally appreciate it. Is of French appreciate compliments too, wherein a French person compliment that is accepted but will usually be received by a humble denial instead of saying thank you. Formality also is polite from speech is to address people with a formal word of you known as vous for French. The informal address known as tu is used in variety of contexts. Generally, when you meet French person and you address him to at first time of meeting, that is disrespectful because when you first meet that French person, you need to use vous as a formal humor. The French tend not to tell punchline jokes. They prefer witty, satirical, and ironic humor. When do we say satirical, it is called sarcastic. They prefer sarcastic communication. Okay, so humorous stories of the real life situation are appreciated. The next one is the non-verbal. As they say, most of our communication is non-verbal. Okay, so we have the physical contact of French, wherein touching during a conversation is accepted and considered a sign of affection only once you have reached a degree of familiarity. Young people will often engage in public displays of affection such as embracing or kissing. For us Filipino, we are doing a beso-beso. That's called a beso-beso for us Filipinos. Okay, so for the personal space of French, an arm's length of distance or a bit closer is an appropriate amount of personal space. Okay, so next is the eye contact. French people tend to understand direct eye contact as a form of respect. For us Filipino, when someone is giving advice or someone is scolding you, we tend to look down. That's a sign of respect for us. But for French, direct eye-to-eye contact is understood as respect for them. Okay, so the next one is the gesture. Gesture for French, I listed some gestures of French. The first one is making a fist and extend your thumb upward. This means for them that yes or excellent. The next one is the rubbing of palms together. That's mean for them that it's gonna be great. The next one is the kissing the joint tips of your finger and joyfully spread them out wide. Like saying that delicious. The next one is the negative gestures of the French people, wherein when they spread their arms open with palms, raise and lower your shoulder, that means that I don't care or I don't know or I'm not sure. The next also is a stroke. When you stroke your cheek a few times with back of your finger, like you are caressing your beard, that's express that as boring or lip. Okay, so they have also the neutral gestures, wherein when you put your pointing finger at your lips like this, that means for them keep quiet. And also for us Filipino, we used it as expressing that they may keep quiet. The next one is the extending your index finger or palm and fold it inward. That means for them, come on or come here. Up gesture means okay or good, great, but also one when they're counting. Next one is the greeting for French, wherein they raise their palm and wave it. That's hello for them, bonjour. And next one is then you open your arms, spreading them wide with a smile. That's a casual hello for them. And open one arm with a smile is a formal greeting. The next one is the etiquette of French people, wherein at a service counter, you are expected to greet the service provider with a brief bonjour or hello, even you are in a rush. Okay, so when you meet a French people, when you are rushing, you must greet the server or the service of the counter, at least hello or bonjour. Okay, so visiting for French are quiet reserved about inviting new people into their homes. An invitation for them is an honor. So when you are invited to a house of a French person or a French friend, you must bring a small or good quality gift for the host. Observe that French people, when they are invited to their house, they will at least get or give a gift to the host. Usually, one will bring a bottle of wine. Because for French people, wine plays an important role. Everyone will put the bottles of wine on the table and will freely drink what they choose. If you give wine or gift, ensure that it is a highest quality you can afford, most especially when you are visiting a French person or a French friend. Gifts are usually opened also when you receive. Okay, so when you visit, you bring a gift. And when you visit them, when you are invited in their house or in the house of a French friend, you're expecting to eat there. So for them, table manners are highly regarded. When one begins a meal, they typically say, "Bon appetit, everyone," or in English, "Enjoy your meal, everyone." Okay, so I would like to share my experience staying with a French person. Okay, so When we begin a meal, we wait for everybody get their the food that they eat. Okay, so no one will eat without the bon appetit of the French person. Okay, so also for them, if you are a dinner guest, you should not open your mouth or talk when you are eating. And when you drink, you must wipe your mouth. For French people, in terms of meeting for business meeting, appointments are necessary and should be made at least 2 weeks in advance. They avoid scheduling also a meeting during August, the month of summer vacation, or on non-working days next to the public holiday. Also, common ways to make an appointment are in writing or by telephone. Depending on the level of the person you are meeting, the appointment schedules is often handled by the secretary. The style of dress is very important in French business, wherein for men, office and corporate wear is formal, usually consisting of suit and tie. For women also, a fashionable and fairly modest wear is common. The order in which people also enter on a room is based on their rank in their company. Because, as I said a while back, communication is depending on their age, their social status, or the level of education. So next one is meeting typically follows an established format with a detailed agenda. For the relationship-oriented of French people, they are interested in long-term partnerships that are maintained through regular face-to-face visits. Mutual trust and respect are seen as the necessary in order to establish a strong relationship. Trust is earned through proper behavior and demonstration of courtesy and formality. For next one is we considered also hard work, because for them hard work is admired, but generally the French frown upon workaholic. The typical working weeks also in French is 35 hours. Most French do not like to discuss business during dinner. Dinner is considered for them as more of a social occasion and time to enjoy the foods, drinks, and discussion. When they are eating, the family is gathered eating, upon eating, they are discussing on a family matters. They set aside the business matters because for them, eating is for them to enjoy the food, the drinks, and they discuss about their families, not for their business. Okay, so that's all for the French communication, and thank you.